Thank you very much indeed. Hello, I'm Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the quiz show where obvious answers mean nothing and obscure answers mean everything. Let's meet today's players. And first up, we welcome Catherine and James. How do you two know each other, Catherine?
We went to the University of Liverpool together and we did the same course.
And what was that course, James?
Geography.
And what do you do now, James?
I run a market research firm.
Catherine, what do you do now?
I'm a training manager.
Training manager or train manager?
Training manager.
Training... Oh, that's a shame. It'd be brilliant if she was a train manager.
Perhaps she does training on trains. Have you asked that?
I'm going to.
Ask that.
Do you do training on trains, Catherine?
It sounds like a good niche, though.
No, she doesn't.
That's a shame, isn't it?
No, shame. What is it you're looking forward to about Pointless? Any particular category you've thought you're
Geography and travel, I think
Brilliant.
I'd be quietly confident on.
James, what do you hope is going to come up?
Well, the same, actually. So I think if a geography question comes up, we're going to be pretty strong.
So you said that having a look at your fellow contestants? Yeah. Well, hang on. You looked at Dinos' shirt and thought, that's not the shirt of a geographer. Is that what you're thinking?
Well, actually, now you say it, it does look quite like a geography teacher's shirt.
Thank you. Well,
actually, a maths teacher, but there we are. We'll come to that. Well, a very warm welcome to you both. Lovely to have you on the show. And next, we welcome back Emma and Warren. You were on the show last time. Everyone gets 2 chances, remember, to reach the Pointless final. This is your second and final chance. Emma, remind us how you know each other.
He's my father.
And Warren, remind us what happened last time.
We had a bit of a disaster last time. We got 200 points.
Yeah. Well, yes, I decided to try and be smart and ended up looking like a tube.
Looking like a what? A tube?
A tube. You never heard of that expression?
Looking like a tube?
A tube.
I'm telling you now, we have a lot of tubes down here in London. You don't look remotely like one. Warren, anything you're really praying doesn't come up today?
Films.
OK, yes.
Literature.
Right.
Anagrams.
And anagrams?
Spelling.
OK. Anything else?
No.
OK, well, that's it. That's good. I have very high hopes for you, Warren and Emma. I think today you're going to do very, very well indeed. And next, we welcome back Abby and Dinos. You were also on the show last time. Abby, remind us how you two know each other.
We both worked at the same cinema chain when we were students.
And Dinos, tell us what happened last time.
Oh, last time we got to the head-to-head.
You did very well.
Yeah, we went 1-0 up, but then we crashed and burned on ballet, of all things, and Madonna. Not our forte.
Ballet and
Definitely
Madonna. Now then, Abby, what are you hoping to see today? What's going to be your dream Pointless category?
Today it's still popular culture again, I think.
OK, Dinos?
Well, I think, you know, wearing this shirt, I've got the appeal of a seasoned geographer. And, you know, if any countries or capitals come up, that should be good. Kings and queens should be all right as well. And also, if we've got any more numbers on the show, Richard, that would be great. Okay. Because, yeah, you can count on me.
This is good. That's brilliant. That's like Blind Date, circa 1991. Abby, Dinos, we have high hopes for you today. Very, very best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And finally, we've got Ian and Gary. Welcome to the show. How do you two know each other, Ian?
We work together in the same company in Runcorn.
What's the company do, Gary?
We manufacture furniture.
So, Ian, what do you hope is going to come up today? What's going to be good?
Anything, maybe sport.
Yeah?
I feel I'm all right at films.
Gary, anything you want to add to that?
Easy questions?
Easy questions,
Yeah, I'm up for
Occasionally they come up. What do you like to get up to in your spare time, Gary?
My claim to fame is I was headhunted to be a dame. A chap come up to me who I'd known some 20 years ago and said to me, Gary, just the man I've been told can be my ugly sister.
Wow. Success, Ian. Did you watch Gary's Dame?
Yeah, I did actually, yeah.
Was it a great Dame?
It was pretty good, yeah. That'll give us all a song. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Will you... Help! Well, listen, Ian, Gary, a warm welcome to you. Great to have you on the show. Very best of luck. We'll find out more about all of you throughout the show as it goes along. There's only one person left for me to introduce. He disregards the first answer that pops into his head and rummages through his brain for obscurity like a child in a toy box. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Can't believe you've already pulled Gary. That's very impressive. It should be a good show today. We've got two returning pairs, and Abby and Dinos were very, very good last time, weren't they? I mean, properly good. Very unlucky to get knocked out. It's going to take quite something, I think, to knock them off their perch. We didn't see as much of Emma and Warren as perhaps we'd liked, 200 points. But Warren never stops smiling, does he?
Never.
It's lovely.
OK, well, thank you very much indeed. Richard, all our questions on Pointless have been put to 100 people before the show. In order to get to the final round and be in with a chance of winning the jackpot, our contestants need to find those obscure answers our 100 people couldn't get. So the fewer of the 100 people who knew the answer, the fewer points they'll score. Now, what everyone's trying to do, of course, is to find a pointless answer. That's an answer that none of our 100 people knew, and each time that happens, we will add £250 to the jackpot. Now, nobody won the jackpot last time, so we add another £1,000 to that. So today's jackpot starts off at £2,000. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, in this first round, each of you must give me one answer, and you cannot confer with your partner. Whichever pair has the highest score at the end of the round will be eliminated, so try and make sure that's not you. OK, our first category today is children's literature. And you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, our question concerns nursery rhyme characters. Richard.
Yeah, on each pass, we're going to show you 7 descriptions of characters as they appear in traditional nursery rhymes. We need you to give us a nice obscure answer if you want to score fewer points, but give us an incorrect answer, you're going to score 100 points. It's going to be 14 nursery rhyme characters and all to have a go at home. Very best of luck.
OK, thanks very much. Now then, Catherine and James, you all drew lots before the show, and today you are going first. So we are looking for the nursery rhyme characters described by these clues, and we have got... Made some tarts, was a merry old soul, sings for his supper, killed Cock Robin, had a great fall, lost her pocket, went to the cupboard to get her poor doggy a bone. I'll read those all one last time. Made some tarts, was a merry old soul, sings for his supper, killed Cock Robin, had a great fall, lost her pocket, went to the cupboard to get her poor doggy a bone. There we are, 7 clues to nursery rhyme characters. James, you're going to try and find the most obscure one on the board, the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew.
OK. There are a few that I recognise. There's a few nursery rhymes going around in my head right now that are not making a great deal of sense. But there's definitely a couple which I'm confident on. So it's choosing which one I feel is going to be the lowest. And I'm going to say Old King Cole was a merry old soul.
Old King Cole, you are going to say, for the second one down. Old King Cole, is it right? How many people knew that answer? Absolutely right. Ooh. 78. 78 for Old King Cole.
Big score to start with, wasn't it? Old King Cole was a merry old soul.
Very popular soul.
He was a popular soul, yeah, that's why he was so merry.
Yeah. Perhaps he'd done a bit less banging on with his pipe and his drum. Perhaps.
It was originally Old King Cole was a miserable soul, and then he had a very long advertising campaign, advertised in local papers, TV, radio, that sort of thing. After that, everybody knew who he was. Really perked him up.
Yeah. Good. Now then, Warren.
Well, I'm pleased to say that I actually know an answer that could be correct, and I think I'm going to go for Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper.
OK, Little Tommy Tucker sings for his supper. Let's see if Little Tommy Tucker's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said that. Very well done, it's right. Oh, it's a low score. Look at that, down it goes, 18. Warren. That's more like it, Warren. Very well done indeed.
Well played, Warren. That's a proper smile now. 1744, that first appears. Little Tommy Tucker tended to be a name given to orphans. So it's about an orphan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Abby.
There's a few that I do know, but I think I'm going to go for Lucy Lockett lost her pocket.
Lucy Lockett, one up from the bottom there, lost her pocket. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many people said Lucy Lockett. It's correct. Very well done.
Yes, good answer. And do you know who found the pocket? Kitty Fisher.
Yeah, she would. She's good.
Yeah, she's very, very good.
Do you know, it was on the back of that rhyme and the furore that it caused that pockets started to get sewn into trousers.
Exactly. Do you know where she found it?
Weston-super-Mare?
No. It was on the hall table and she'd left it under a bill. Because she put like an electricity bill on top of it.
Yeah.
And she also, although it's in verse 3, she lost her mobile phone.
Where's my pocket? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Yeah, OK, well now, Gary, you're the last person to have this board, so you can take us through the whole board if you like.
Made some tarts, I think, was Queen of Hearts. Had a great fall was Humpty Dumpty. But I'm going to go for Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to buy her poor doggy a bone.
OK, Old Mother Hubbard, says Gary. Old Mother Hubbard, let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many people said Old Mother Hubbard. It's right. 49.
Yes, from 1805, a good answer. Let's take a look at the rest of the answers. Made some tarts was the Queen of Hearts. Would have scored 50 points. Had a great fall, you're right, it's Humpty Dumpty, but you did well to avoid it. Would have scored 91 points. And the best answer on the board is a killer of Cock Robin.
Sparrow with his bow and arrow.
Morty Sparrow with the bow and arrow, absolutely right. 11 points.
OK, thanks very much indeed. Richard, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores. Best score of the pass, Warren. Oh, what a turnaround. Look at that. 18. Then up to 30, where we find Abby and Dinos. Up to 49, where we find Gary and Ian. And then quite a hike up to 78, where we find James and Catherine. Catherine, we're going to need a really low-scoring answer from you. We're going to have to hope that's enough to keep you in the game. Very best of luck. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we're going to put 7 more clues to nursery rhyme characters on the board, and here they come. We have got under a haystack, fast asleep, went to Gloucester in a shower of rain, could eat no fat, stole a pig, had 10,000 men, runs through the town, put in his thumb and pulled out a plum. I'll read those all one last time. Under a haystack, fast asleep, went to Gloucester in a shower of rain, could eat no fat, stole a pig, had 10,000 men, runs through the town, put in his thumb and pulled out a plum. There we are. Now, remember, we are looking for the nursery rhyme characters described by these clues. And obviously, Ian, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. The high scorers are Catherine and James on 78. You're on 49, which means a score of 28 or less, Ian, sees you through to the next round.
Yeah, it's not a good subject for me, really, but I think I know a couple. I think we'll have to stick with Dr. Foster.
Dr. Foster went to Gloucester in a shower of rain. OK, let's see if that's right. Here is your red line. You get below that red line, you avoid becoming the new high scorers. Good luck. Dr. Foster. Is it right? How many people said it? He's right. 50. Takes your total up to 99.
Yeah, some big scores all round here, aren't they? Dr. Foster is supposed to refer to Edward I. That's what they used to call him. It's called Dr. Foster.
Really?
Yeah.
OK, now then. Dinos and Abby, you are on 30. The high scorers are now Ian and Gary on 99. If you can score 68 or less, Dinos, you are definitely through to the next round.
Well, I think the nursery rhymes of my youth have served me well here. I'm tempted by stole a pig, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to go for under a haystack, fast asleep, which I believe was Little Boy Blue.
Little Boy Blue,
yeah. Says
Dinos. Little Boy Blue. Absolutely right, Dinos. And you are through. Very well done. 18. Great answer. Takes your total up to 48. Very well done.
Well done, Dinos. Dinos knows pretty much everything.
Yeah, he's good.
Anything you give him, he just sort of trots off a good answer.
He's good.
Very impressive. Yeah, Little Boy Blue. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah, under a haystack, fast asleep.
There he is. Now then, Emma. The high scorers remain Ian and Gary on 99. You can score 80 or less, you're into the next round.
I'm going to say had 10,000 men and the Grand Old Duke of York.
The Grand Old Duke of York, says Emma. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said the Grand Old Duke of York. It's correct. You've done it. 54. Very well done.
Well done, Emma. Good answer. That's 10,000 men he had.
Yeah. Now then, Catherine, you can talk us through the board. The high scorers are Ian and Gary on 99. You are on 78. You have to score 20 or less. Talk us through the board.
OK, I know 4 on there and 3 of them have been taken. Put in his thumb and pulled out a plum. I thought that was Little Boy Blue. No, Little Jack Horner. But I think that's quite common. So that would be my safe answer. Could eat no fat. I think that might be the old lady who swallowed a fly. There's the old lady who lived in a shoe. I don't think that she would run through town or steal a pig.
It's not... I mean, is that likely to be in the profiling of an old lady who lives in a shoe?
Well, she had
Running
lots of
through
children.
a
She didn't know what to do, so she might have stolen a pig.
This is like watching Cracker.
Isn't it?
This is hideous. OK, I'm going to go with could eat no fat, and I'm going to say the old lady who swallowed a fly.
OK, there was an old lady who swallowed a fly. She could eat no fat. Is the old lady who swallowed a fly right? How many people said it? Bad luck, Catherine. Valiant effort, though, I have to say. Applaud you for that. Sadly, though, it's a wrong answer, which means you score the maximum of 100 points, and that takes your total up to an unbeatable 178. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Catherine, you're left in an impossible position there by James's score of 78. Of course, the old woman who swallowed a fly, she ate a horse. That's got fat in it.
Yeah.
So, mind you, it killed her.
Yeah, it did.
Perhaps that was the
I love the way that swallowing a horse killed her. Swallowing a cow didn't.
So.
A cow with horns.
Didn't have horns.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it did. Yeah, fair enough. It might not.
Let's go through the rest. You're quite right about putting his thumb and pulled out a plum. It was Little Jack Horner, but wouldn't have saved you because it would have scored you 40 points. Could eat no fat is Jack Spratt. Could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. 69 points, so again, a big scorer. Runs through the town. Wee Willie Winky. 30 points. And the one answer that would have got you through was stole a pig, but it's a tough one. Tom the Piper's son stole a pig
and away
he run. Would have scored you 8 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of our first round, the pair with a losing score, I'm afraid, is James and Catherine. There we are. Anyway, you've learned a valuable pointless lesson. And we'll see you again next time. We'll look forward to that very much indeed. But meanwhile, Catherine, James, lovely couple. Thanks so much for playing. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it's now time for round 2. So obviously there's only going to be room for 2 pairs at the end of this round, so one of the pairs in front of me now will be leaving us at the end of this round. OK, our category for round 2 is countries. You can all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second. And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many American countries with a coastline on the Atlantic. Richard.
Yes, apart from the USA, we're looking for any country on the mainland of South America, Central America or North America which has an Atlantic coastline. As always, by country, we mean a sovereign state that is a member of the UN.
OK, thank you very much indeed. Richard. Now then, Emma, you're going to kick us off this round.
I have to say Mexico.
Mexico. OK, Mexico, says Emma. Let's see if that's right. And if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Mexico. Absolutely right. 44. Not bad.
Yeah, a lot better than 100, Emma. It's got 5,700 miles of coastline.
OK, Abby. So remember, we are looking for mainland American countries with an Atlantic coastline.
I'm going to have to guess Brazil.
Brazil, says Abby. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Brazil. It's correct. 42. Not bad at all, Abby.
Well done, Abby. Very good answer. 4,600 miles of coastline. 5th biggest country in the world, Brazil.
Gary.
I'll go with Argentina.
Argentina, says Gary. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 said Argentina. It's right. 35. 35 for Argentina.
Yes, the world's 8th largest country, over 3,000 miles of Atlantic coastline.
Thank you very much. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's take a look at those scores as they stand. The answer from Gary earned 35 points, so Gary and Ian looking very strong at this stage on 35. Then up to 42, where we find Abby and Dinos, and then up to 44, where we find Emma and Warren. They're all quite close together, those scores, so no one really conspicuously far out ahead. But Warren, you are the high scorers at the moment, so we will definitely need a low-scoring answer from you. OK, we're going to come back down the line. Can the second players please take their places at the podium? OK, we are looking for mainland American countries with an Atlantic coastline. Ian, and as ever, you're going to try and find the one you think the fewest of our 100 people knew. The high scorers on 44 are Warren and Emma. You are on 35, so if you can score 8 or less, you will avoid becoming the new high scorers.
To think Uruguay has got a coastline.
Uruguay, there is your red line. It's quite low, but let's see. Is Uruguay right? Will it get you below that red line? It is right. It's a great answer, Ian. Look at that. 13. Very well done indeed. That's how you do it. That takes your total up to 48. Richard.
Good answer, Ian. Best answer yet. Just 400 miles of coastline on the Atlantic.
Dinos.
I'm going to go for Suriname.
Let's see. Suriname. Is it right? How many people said it? Brilliant, Dinos. It's right. You've done it! 3! Come on! Absolutely brilliant, Dinos. That takes your total up to 45. Richard.
Dinos knows everything.
He does.
Yeah, just over 200 miles of coastline, so a terrific answer.
Warren. The high scorers are Ian and Gary, still on 48. You're on 44. If you can find an answer that scores 3 or less, you are through to the next round.
I'm going to go with Colombia.
Colombia, says Warren. Colombia. This has to score 3 or less if it's going to keep you in the game. Let's find out. Colombia, is it right? How many people said it? It is right. Will it go down to 3, though? Still going. You've... Oh, 4! Oh! Oh, this is exciting. Oh, this is exciting. Yes, it's a tie. You are both on 48. Oh, I love it when we have a tie.
Oh, it's exciting, isn't it?
Oh, this is very exciting indeed. Well, as it's a tie, the tied pairs have to give me one more answer each, and the pair that gets the highest score will be eliminated. You can now confer. OK, Warren and Emma, you go first. We are looking for mainland American countries with an Atlantic coastline. Have you got an answer?
I'm going to say Ecuador.
Ecuador. OK, we have Ecuador from Warren and Emma. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said Ecuador. Bad luck, Warren. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means Ian and Gary, you only have to be correct.
We had a choice of 2, but I think we'll just stick with Panama.
Panama, say Ian and Gary. Panama. Let's see how many people said that. Is it right? Absolutely right. Very well done, Ian and Gary. You've done it. Oh, a nice low score as well. Warren and Emma, you scored 100 points. That took your total up to 148. Ian and Gary, you scored 9. That takes your total up to 57. Ian and Gary, you are through to the head-to-head. Richard.
Well played, Ian and Gary. Over 1,500 miles of coastline in Panama on the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. There's no pointless answers at all on this board, actually. 3 is the best score you could have got, so Dinos has already given us one of the best scores. There's 3 which would have scored you 3. One was Suriname that Dinos gave us. You could also have had Honduras or Guatemala. Other good low scorers, Nicaragua would have scored you 4, Costa Rica 5, Guyana 6, Belize 7, Venezuela 12, and I think that's everything mentioned. Let's take a look at the top 3. Brazil 42, which we've already had. Canada is the last one we haven't mentioned, 42, and we've already heard the top one, Mexico 44.
OK, thanks very much indeed, Richard. So at the end of round 2, the losing pair with the highest score, I'm sorry to say, Warren and Emma, it is you. Well, we've come to the end of the row and you've performed so well. Thank you so much for playing Warren M. It's been lovely having you on the show. Brilliant.
Thank you.
But for the remaining two pairs, things are about to get even more exciting now as we enter the head-to-head. Well, congratulations, Abby and Dinos, Ian and Gary. You are now only one round away from our final and a chance to play for the jackpot, which currently stands at £2,000. You are now going to go head-to-head, and the first pair to win 2 questions will be playing for that jackpot. The big difference is, from here on in, you are allowed to confer. Very, very best of luck. May the best pair win. OK, let's play the head-to-head. OK, here comes your first question, and it concerns endangered species. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 pictures now of animals that are endangered or critically endangered according to the World Conservation Union Red List. Can you identify the most obscure of these species? Good luck.
Thanks, Richard. Now let's reveal our 5 endangered species, and we have got blank rhinoceros, A. Blank panda, B. Blank leopard, C. Blank penguin, D. And blank hippopotamus, E. OK, there we are, 5 endangered species. Abby and Dinos, you have played best throughout the show so far, so you get to go first.
Which letters do you think you know?
I only know C. I don't know any of the other ones.
Right, I think...
We're going to go with B and say giant panda.
You're going to say giant panda for B. OK, then, Ian and Gary. Take us through the board.
Well, we thought A was a white rhino. C is a snow leopard. We don't know what D is. We've got a feeling the hippopotamus is a pygmy hippopotamus. I think we'll go for E, a pygmy hippopotamus. OK, Ian and Gary say a pygmy hippopotamus for E. So, endangered species, giant panda, B, say Abby and Dinos. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said giant panda. Is right. 53. You were slightly hoping Ian and Gary would be stumped by the other pictures.
I think they're onto a winner there with... I think if it's right, it's beaten us.
Pygmy hippopotamus, let's see if it's right. It is right. And it beats the giant panda. 20. Very well done, Ian and Gary. After one question, you are up 1-0.
Well played, Ian and Gary. It's a terrific answer. They're about 100 centimetres high, and they're very solitary, pygmy hippos. Oh, and they're endangered.
Oh, no.
Yeah. They're like totes endangered. Can you believe it?
Totes endang?
Yeah. Now, A is not a white rhinoceros, it's a black rhinoceros. I would have scored you 16 points, that's critically endangered, the black rhinoceros. Giant panda there, you've already seen it. C is snow leopard, you're quite right, but you did well to avoid it because it's a big scorer, 78. Now, D is a pointless answer, and it's a Galapagos penguin. Galapagos penguin.
OK, well, thanks very much, Richard. So here comes your second question. Abby and Dinos, you have to win this question to stay in the game. Very best of luck. It concerns international cheeses.
Yeah, the great categories keep on coming. We're going to show you the names of 5 international cheeses for this question, but they're all in anagram form.
I love the way cheeses from around the world is right. International cheeses just sounds
That's
altogether more Bond, doesn't it?
Yeah. Who do you work for? Me, I work for international cheeses.
That's it. Yeah. It's a knife. Sorry. Now then, right, Abby and Dinos, you have to win this one. Let's reveal our 5 clues to international cheeses. And we have got clotted ale, near maps, long zoorag, conger hem, and feet. I'll read those again. Clotted ale, near maps, long zoorag, conger hem, and feet. Ian and Gary, I'll give you a moment to work out what's what, and then I'll ask you to answer first.
We'll take the second one down and we'll say Parmesan.
Parmesan, you are saying for near maps. Parmesan. Now then, Abby and Dinos, this is one you have to win.
The third one is Gorgonzola. The fifth one is Feta. The top one, I'm not sure, but I think we're going to go Manchego.
Manchego for Conga Hem. So we have Parmesan and Manchego. Ian and Gary have said Parmesan. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many people said it. It's right. Parmesan's a great answer. Look at that, 16. Very good. Now, Abby and Dinos, 16 is what Parmesan scored. You've submitted Manchego for Conga Hem. Has to beat 16 for you to stay in the game. Let's see, Manchego, is it right? How many people said it? Absolutely right. Down it goes. Very well done. You've done it. 3. Very well done. Abby, I think you spotted that one. Great teamwork there from Abby and Dinos. Great answer also from Ian and Gary. But Abby and Dinos, you've done what you needed to do. You're back in the game. 1-1 it is after 2 questions. Richard?
Yes, well played, Abby. The Spanish cheese beats the Italian cheese, but 2 good answers. Let's look at the rest here. Long Zurag, another Italian cheese, Gorgonzola. That would have scored you 30. Feet is, of course, Feta. Would have scored 79. Some people do have trouble with anagrams, don't they? And clotted ale, Dolciolata, another Italian cheese, Dolciolata, and that would have scored 5 points. So Manchego, actually the best answer on the board there.
Thanks very much. Here comes your third question, the decider. Whoever wins this question goes through to the final and plays for that jackpot. Our third question concerns Dad's Army. Richard?
Yeah, we're going to give you 5 clues to facts about Dad's Army for this decisive question. Very best of luck to both teams.
OK, here are our 5 facts about Dad's Army. The decade it was first transmitted in, the co-writer with Jimmy Perry, the fictional town it was set in, the war during which it took place, and Captain Mannering's wife's name. I'll read those all one last time. The decade in which it was first transmitted, the co-writer with Jimmy Perry, the fictional town it was set in, the war during which it took place, and Captain Mannering's wife's name. There we are. 5 clues to facts about Dad's Army. Abby and Dinos, you go first again.
Have you watched it?
No.
Right. I think this is a bit out of our era. We're going to go for the decade it was first transmitted in, and we're going to try the 1970s.
OK, you're going to say the 1970s, the decade it was first transmitted in. Ian and Gary.
We'll go for the fictional town. Fictional town it was set in was Warmington-on-Sea.
Warmington-on-Sea, you were going to say, for the fictional town it was set in. OK, this will decide who goes through to the final. Abby and Dinos, you've said it was first transmitted in the 1970s. Let's see if that's right, and if it is, let's see how many of our 100 people said the 1970s. Bad luck, Abby and Dinos. Bad luck. An incorrect answer, I'm afraid. Ian and Gary, you have gone for Warmington-on-Sea, the fictional town in which it was set. All that has to be is correct, and if it is, you are through to the final. Warmington-on-Sea, is it right? Absolutely right. Well done. Ian and Gary, you've done it. 29. Which means, after 3 questions, Ian and Gary, you are through to the final 2-1. Richard?
Well played, Ian and Gary. That's a good answer. And it first appeared in 1968. If you'd said 60s, you'd be in the final because it would have scored you 25 points. It was co-written by David Croft, who also wrote Heidi High, Hello, Hello, Are You Being Served? All sorts of things. Would have scored 10 points. Of course, it took place during World War II. That's a big score, 74. And the best answer on the board, Captain Mannering's wife's name. 8 points, very well done to anyone at home who said Elizabeth. Elizabeth.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. So, the losing pair at the end of the head-to-head, I'm afraid, Abby and Dinos. Once again, it's a 2-1 defeat.
Falling at the same obstacle.
Well, listen, Abby and Dinos, both times you've been on, you've been spectacular. Absolutely brilliant contestants. I'm really sorry we have to say goodbye to you without you getting a sniff at the final. But truly brilliant. Excellent, excellent. Thanks so much. Thanks. But for Ian and Gary, it's now time for our pointless final. Well, congratulations, Ian and Gary. You fought off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot, and at the end of today's show, the jackpot stands at £2,000. OK, well, the rules are very simple. To win the money, all you have to do is find a pointless answer. We haven't had any pointless answers on the show today. You only have to find one now, and you will go home with that jackpot of £2,000. Firstly, you've got to choose a category, and you have a choice of 5 options. They are sporting champions, chemistry, literary awards, British actresses, country music stars.
It's not going to be chemistry or literary awards. We'll go for the sporting champions.
Sporting champions, say Ian and Gary. OK, well, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many one-time world champions in Formula One as they could. Richard.
Yeah, we're looking for any Formula One World Drivers' Champions who've won the title once and only once, all the way through from the inaugural event in 1950 to the 2011 championship. Very, very best of luck.
OK, you now have up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. And all you need to win that £2,000 is for just one of those answers to be pointless. Are you ready?
Yep.
OK, let's put 60 seconds on the clock, and here they are. Your time starts now.
Right. The ones that I know is Jack Villeneuve's lad from Canada.
Yeah.
What's his name? Villeneuve.
Jack Villeneuve.
Jack Villeneuve.
Yeah.
James Hunt.
James Hunt only won it once.
Mansell only won it once.
Yeah, what will he be pointless?
Yeah, I'm just thinking of 3 answers.
Well, we've got them 3. You don't know about John Surtees, I think he won it more than once.
Yeah. The bike championship as well. He might have won it once, as well as the bikes.
You could use him as one of the others.
Yeah. Because James, somebody's going to say James Hunt or...
Oh, Mansell.
What was it? Jack Villeneuve.
Jack Villeneuve. James Hunt.
Yeah.
And she was over John Surtees and take a chance.
Yeah. Should we get the James Hunt into
10 seconds left.
Someone like Emerson Fittipaldi or something like that.
I thought he won it more than once, though.
OK, that's your time up. OK, so we were looking for one-time Formula One champions. I now need your 3 answers.
We're going for
Jack
Villeneuve.
Jack Villeneuve.
James Hunt.
James Hunt.
And John Surtees.
And John Surtees.
Yeah.
OK, of those 3, which is your best shot at a pointless answer?
We'll put Jack Villeneuve.
We'll put Jack Villeneuve last. Which is your least likely?
James Hunt.
James Hunt, we'll put him first. OK, let's pop them up on the board in that order, and here they are. We have got James Hunt, John Surtees, Jacques Villeneuve. OK, so we were looking for one-time Formula One champions. James Hunt's your first answer. You thought this was your least likely shot at a pointless answer. Now remember, you only have to find one pointless answer to win that jackpot of £2,000. OK, so let's find out. James Hunt, is it right? How many people said it? James Hunt. Absolutely right. Down it goes. Now, if this goes all the way down to nothing, you leave here with £2,000. Down it goes still into the teens. Right, 16. $16 for James Hunt. So, unfortunately, not a pointless answer. You only have 2 more chances to win today's jackpot of £2,000. Ian, what would you do with £2,000?
What I'd like to do with it, what my wife would want to spend it on, are 2 completely different things, I suppose.
Do you have any idea what she wants to spend it on?
She wants some new windows. So that's about it.
OK. Gary?
I could buy some more bright shirts. But I don't think my wife would be very happy with that either. So I might put it towards a new caravan.
OK, let's hope nobody said your next answer. John Surtees. This has to be right, obviously, then it has to be pointless. If it's both of those things, you leave here with £2,000. John Surtees, how many people said it? Is it right? It's absolutely right. OK, down it goes. James Hunt took us down to 14. John Surtees now taking us down into single figures. Down it goes, 2. OK, so you only have one more chance to win today's jackpot. We are looking for one-time Formula One champions. Your third and final answer was Jacques Villeneuve. You said this was your most confident shot at a pointless answer. It has to be pointless for you to win that jackpot, so let's find out. For £2,000, Jacques Villeneuve. Is it right? How many people said it? Well, it's right. That's 3 correct answers. James Hunt took us down to 16. John Surtees took us all the way down to 2. Is Jacques Villeneuve going to take us down to pointless? Down it goes, single figures. Down it goes, still going. Oh, no! Ian and Gary, unfortunately, you didn't manage to find that all-important pointless answer. But the good news is you do get to take home a fabulous pointless trophy each, so very, very well done.
Yeah, it's unlucky, guys. There's a lot of names on the list. A lot of the big scorers were the British drivers. Damon Hill, Lewis Hamilton, Jenson Button, Nigel Mansell, all were big scorers. But there's 6 pointless answers on the list. A couple of them you'll know, I'm sure. Denny Hume, the New Zealand driver, won in '67. Jochen Rindt, the German-born Austrian, who was awarded the title posthumously in 1970. Keke Rosberg, the Finn, who won in '82. Of course, Nico Rosberg going great guns in Formula One at the moment. Mario Andretti won in '78, he would have won you the money. Nino Farina won the very first title in 1950, and Phil Hill, the only American-born driver ever to win the title in the early '70s. Very well done to anyone who got any of those 6 at home.
Thanks very much. Well, unfortunately, we do have to say goodbye to you, Ian and Gary, but it's been brilliant having you on the show. Thank you both so much for playing. Great contestants, Ian and Gary. Well, Ian and Gary didn't win our jackpot today, which means it rolls over onto the next show when we will be playing for £3,000. Join us next time, see if someone can win it. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.